Hey Thompson, you want to do a show?
Screw it. Why not?
So have you seen Madshow? Have you ever seen Madshow? Do you know about Madshow? You seen Madshow? Have you seen Madshow? Have you seen Madshow? You know the Madshow? That is old man's beard. That's what they call it out here. It's different from Spanish moss.
No, that must be algae. I always get lichen, moss, and algae mixed up.
Well,
isn't moss a type of lichen? Or is lichen
no, they're related. But a lichen is a hybrid organism of an algae which does the photosynthesis, and then the structure is a fungus. So like the lichen builds this fungus, which is a super great place for this algae to live, and then the algae's waste product keeps the fungi alive, and the fungi structure gives the bacteria.
Lichen is a type of fungus.
It's a
moss and algae.
It's a symbiote. Yeah, moss is a little tiny plant,
and then algae is also.
Algae is either algae is also a little tiny plant basically. It has photosynthesis. That's pretty much a plant.
Does that mean you can eat all that?
No, you can't eat lichen. We don't have the ability to digest lichen. It would be bad for you too.
What would happen if
Wouldn't
you
it?
tried it, do you think?
I think you would be sick.
Do you think you'd have to get it like, huh?
I don't know. I'm not gonna find out.
Yeah, you gotta test it, dude. Today's cooking video, we're trying old man's beer. Let's see
Colonoscopy part 3. The recoloning.
Part 3?
Look at my balls! Oh, look at my balls! Ah, cheap jokes for all of you. That's crazy. I looked over there for just a second, and that dog was so big I thought it was a deer. It was running like this. Like from the back angle, you could just see this. When's the last time you saw a deer?
There are like 3 of them outside the restaurant. Truly.
But you gotta speak up so we could hear you. It was where? Pentwater?
Yeah. Last time, or I guess the only time at this point, I went to Pentwater. Actually, no, it was in Kalamazoo, not Pentwater. That was before we went to Pentwater. Wait, did I see? I don't think I saw any deers in Pentwater. I saw a lot of squirrels. I saw a lot of squirrels. I don't think I saw any deer.
I'm surprised. They're thick as flies up there.
I did see deer in Kalamazoo. There were like 3 of them just chilling on the property of the Really Nice Restaurant. Just sort of standing there. I thought they were like cut out for like fashion or something. You know.
No, they're all through the neighborhoods now.
First, didn't they like?
The last I heard, Michigan had like 10 million human beings and like 5 million deer. But it's probably more people, more deer and less people now. But I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers.
I don't think Michigan's population is declining, actually. Detroit's is, but Michigan's as a whole isn't, because a lot of the people that are leaving Detroit are just going to like Grand Rapids. Also, didn't Detroit actually start growing again in population recently?
It may have. It may have.
It may have finally.
I certainly am rooting for them. You know, it's a great place when it's a great place. It's not when it's not, though.
It's a great place, man. It's a great place. Truly.
Well, it's been a great place,
Truly
and it's been a horrible place. So, but it's still the same place. It's both those things, and it's neither of those things. And it's like, you know, you root for them. I don't know how you could root against them. I'm not prone to kicking people when they're down. I mean, not seriously. I'll talk some shit, but I mean, come on. You want to see them do well. Hey, hummingbird. What's up, hummingbirds? It's a pair right there.
Yeah, you're trapping birds, dude.
And there's a hawk over there.
Really?
You don't even have to worry about him. No, he's already gone. Hummingbird doesn't care about hawk.
Well, yeah.
It's like Detroit doesn't care about the rest of the world. They just got to do Detroit.
A hummingbird could probably
And could probably outmaneuver Detroit.
What do you mean? Like the people from it, or just the entire city?
The entire city.
And what do you
I mean, it's a nice city, but it doesn't corner for shit.
Yeah, no, it does. What are you talking about?
Surrealist judo. Flip! I see you've hidden your treasure 6 feet in the air. Well, that's very clever. No one would ever look for it there.
That is true. Now that I think about it, most people, like in their day-to-day life, almost never look up. Like, look straight up.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
People do not look up.
realistically,
All the threats are on the ground, so their heads are always like this.
realistically, you could hide an object, like just hovering, like a bit above a person's head, and if they weren't like interacting with any other people, it'd be very unlikely that they notice until like a week later. Like they get told it by somebody else, but like if it was just them, why are you gonna think to just like randomly look straight up? The only time
Because it's fun.
the only
You
time
get a little dizzy when you do it. I do.
the only times I see people look straight up is
Tourists.
either
Tourists. You can always tell the tourists in San Francisco because they're always looking up at stuff. And everybody who's from here is like, look out for that needle, look out for that shit, look out for that bum, look out for that dog. You know, it's like all of we're just constantly
all four in
like,
the same place.
sometimes, yeah, all four in the same 3-foot space for sure. Especially
that's
in the
one-
day. But,
that's a quarter of a block that you're talking
oh, yeah. Oh, easily. Yeah, sure.
But
But that's how you can tell, because they're like, wow, look at that building, look at this, it's beautiful, look at that. And then they're like, oh, what's on my shoe? And everybody, all the locals are like, well, I don't know. It's really great, you gotta believe me.
it's really great so long as
It's perfect, it's wonderful.
It's really great if you metal bottom shoes.
Well, you know, you just gotta know how to handle yourself a little differently in some cities.
Yeah.
Not, you know, Detroit, there's a different type of handling
Oh, the Lord.
of yourself or anything.
So you can handle yourself.
Oh, you can do, that's one thing they encourage. Anything that keeps you chilled out and less fighting.
There you go. How do you handle yourself in San Francisco? What's your success strategy for living in a complex place? Wait, what?
I don't really think about it.
Well, how do you not think about it?
Well, I just sort of go through life, I guess. I don't really think about like how I handle myself that much unless I like notice myself handling myself poorly. Like if you grow up in a city, you just sort of automatically do everything right, or you don't. But you don't notice when you're doing stuff right. You just notice when you mess up.
That's a good point. I think people should pay attention to what they do well, just as much as what they don't do well. And you know, there's places and people who get so busted up and so degraded and decayed that they just lose all perspective on what is, if there even is anything good in themselves or in the place. Detroit had to go through that identity crisis. Is there anything good here anymore? Is this just a wasteland? Should we all just leave and burn it down? And they tried, and most did leave. Half, probably. But then the other half still remembered what was good. And so it is they who endured. I think that's a good lesson. Just because there's no consequences from goodness, because that's what you would prefer to be in the state of all the time, doesn't mean that there aren't consequences from goodness. There are. It's just harder to spot, like you said. Fair play.
Well, what about San Francisco then? Detroit's the place where they almost
San
tried.
Francisco definitely has an identity crisis right now, but I feel like that's like a regular every 20 years psychosis they go through here.
What, you think they had the same thing happen in 2004?
Oh yeah. Well, I know they had it in 2000. It might not be exactly 20 years, but it's certainly a boom bust cycle city.
Okay, what was the
They're like,
crisis?
we're the gold city! And they're like, nah, we're all out of money, except for the guy who's the pants and shovels. We're the pants and shovel city! Woohoo! It's like,
Well, they were never-
Alright. And then it's like,
They
we're
were-
the steamboat city. We're
San
the port
Francisco-
city. You know, they just keep reinventing themselves
San
around
Francisco-
some new economy. We're the tech city.
Okay. San Francisco was never the city of gold. We never tried to make money off of mining gold. It's the stupid people who came here to mine gold.
Which is the
we
same
always
thing as-
made money off
which
of
is-
shovels.
which
We
is-
always made money off of pans and shovels, dude.
Which
Mainly
is the
because
same thing as making
it
money off
costs
the gold.
way more to make pans and shovels than if you would have gained from the same amount of time of panning for gold, even in the peak of the gold rush. I do wonder, like,
And because like gold fields and gold rushes, also ports thrive with the sex industry. That's always been a part of San Francisco too, a crucial part of the economy. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not. We have a statue dedicated to it right in the middle of Union Square, so I don't want to hear any more about it. Groovy place, man. I like it.
so, what was it like in the 90s?
That's a stupid question. What was it like in the 90s? It was a lot of years.
Let's do...
Hush.
Okay, buddy. Let's do, 93.
Don't remember it at all. I think that Kurt Cobain fella shot himself. I think he, it was the grunge. He OD'd on the flannel. He's real sad being super rich and successful. Material gains will never bring you peace. That only comes from within. I don't know. 1993, the world seemed bigger somehow. Now it just feels smaller. It's the voice of the discontent. The masses. They had a voice. Nah, who gives a shite? They bother. History is always shite. But it's always better. Even if it's worse. Two bars, three bars. That's like educational, like that count fella. Balls.
So how was work today?
Oh, it was all right, I guess. Everything's a little bit frozen right now.
Did you see her?
Her who?
You know who I'm talking about. Don't make me say her name.
That was over long ago.
Was it? Was it really?
Come on, Doris. We went to counseling and all. You know you're the world to me. I never met a better rabbit.
Well, that might have been good enough one time. But I don't know if it means anything anymore.
So why do we exercise, Thompson? What's the point of this? What's your point? You're young, strong, vital.
That's probably why I don't exercise.
Ah, yeah. I didn't do as I should have at your age. which is why I must do so much more now. Nothing is free in this world, that's for sure. You pay for everything you own. Body, health, everything. You pay or you lose. I personally am just fighting the battle against entropy and death because I like you and I like my life, and so I don't wish to leave it sooner than I must. And I didn't always feel that way, which is why I didn't care about exercise or anything else. Why do you do it?
I don't know, I guess for the same reasons that you said, just within the context of a different time.
So here we are at the track again. We're getting our exercise today. I'm wearing the toque. Go Red Wings. New coach. That just happened. There's a timestamp for you. So Thompson, you've been talking about music and you're on your quest. And I heard that Red was the crappiest album that King Crimson ever put out. And
No, it is not.
No one should ever listen to King Crimson unless they hate themselves. Is that right?
Yeah, you said that, baby.
Did I get that right?
No, you did not.
What was it? Something about that whole band is crap after 21st Century Schizoid Man, track 1, and then everything is downhill? What was that?
Ah, yes, a band with 13 albums made one good track.
Well,
I'm sure.
at least they're, I heard they're a one-hit wonder.
Yep, totally, dude.
Today on Thompson's Music Corner, why King Crimson is a pile of crap.
Dude, that's anyone who
I'm
likes
having
fries.
you on. Actually, you know that, right?
Yeah, why don't you tell them what you actually think of King Crimson?
I think the first track on the first album is really cool, and then everything else puts me to sleep every time I try and listen to it. But that Red was actually quite different and very step up, and actually interesting. So I think they might have a future in this business.
You say that as though they haven't been around.
Hey, if it's new to me, it's new. If it's new to me, it's new.
55 years since 21st Century Schizoid Man, dude.
Well, maybe they should have gotten better distributors.
I think that's longer than you've been alive.
Yeah,
It's like,
maybe not.
It's like three
No one knows
times
how old
as
I am.
long as my entire
It's a
life.
closely guarded national security secret.
That is true. Yeah, I don't know. I like King Crimson, I suppose. Like, I didn't do their whole discography like I did with Pink Floyd. I just did In the Court of the Crimson King in Red. That's an interesting camera angle. But
Go on.
you don't need that close.
Go on.
The thing with King Crimson is that they're not really like other prog bands, and it's not because they're not unlike them in that they're like so much better. It's that they just have basically a different approach to prog. Like, if you look at the way Pink Floyd or somebody does something, at the end of the day, it's more just an extended rock song than anything else. Like, there's not. It's still definitely prog, and they do still like fuck around with time signatures and stuff. But it's not like.
Hey, watch those F-bombs, buddy.
But okay, pal. But it's not they don't typically do it. They do it just enough to like be prog, and that's about it. But King Crimson is like, it's probably the most prog really. There's like the whole improvisation track on the album for just no real reason, just sort of for fun. They're always messing around with time signatures. I think Starless goes from 4/4 to 11/7 or something. Just, I don't know why you need to. Like, they're the type of prog that invent instruments to do what they need to do. They're like that type of
So would
prog.
Einstürzende Neubauten be prog?
Who?
He doesn't know them yet. Mein Jungen, das ist du Musik. I don't know what the word for knowledge is, or is incomplete. You need to check out Einstürzende Neubauten.
I probably don't.
Well,
I have
they
enough
make all their
albums on my list as
their
it
own
is.
instruments, and they're German, so they're really smart and they're really crazy.
Yeah, but those experimental elements of King Crimson oftentimes ruin what they're trying to do. Like, Moonchild pretty much single-handedly, like, ruins what could have been, like, an easy... I'm not gonna say it would have been a 10 out of 10 without Moonchild, because I'm not a big fan of Epitaph either, but I think that it really, really heavily weighs down the album. Like, you can't just have, like, one bad track if your album only has 5 tracks. It's just not really something...
Yeah, that takes you right down to an 80%. That's a B.
Yeah, it's not really something that you can get away with.
Wow.
Whoa, getting snazzy.
Wow, the Waymo just did a fancy course correction. Look at this. This is our driver. We're keeping exactly no one from their home on Christmas. Robocar.
I do really feel like they could just remove the steering wheels from these and then, like, use them.
We're off to a midnight service
or something.
Well,
at the Grace
probably,
Cathedral.
But it's somehow comforting to feel like that
Because
there's
it's
a
Christmas Eve.
steering wheel there.
See the red light? That's all
Not
Christmassy.
that you could grab
It's
it
not
or
just
do
brake
anything.
lights. Well, it's Christmas Eve, and this is Grace Cathedral, San Francisco. And here is my son, Thompson, bathed in the glow of the festive Christmas decor of the area. His mom, my lovely wife, and associate producer, hubba hubba. Thompson, you're the child among us who's captivated by the wonder of the holiday, as they say. What's Christmas mean to you?
I mean, I guess it's the season of giving. I don't know.
What's
I
that?
mean, I guess it depends on whether you're referring to Christmas as it was originally conceived, or if you're referring to Christmas as it is currently. Because
Okay.
it's changed a lot.
I'm just referring to what it means to you personally.
I don't really know. I don't really give it much thought.
You don't feel much connection to Christmas, huh?
Well, like, some, but at the same time, I think it means a lot of different things, really. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the obvious commercial aspect, but there's also the fact that it's when Jesus was born. I guess that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been commented upon.
UFOs again.
That certainly is very bright.
It's very bright.
Like
And I don't think it's
a light bright.
Yeah.
You think it's a drone?
Is it like a big tall pole with a light on the top? I don't
Doubtful.
know. That seems
I don't know, but it seems a little bright for a planet.
definitely.
I mean, look,
Gotta be a light source.
I don't see any stars. Like, wait, there's one.
Oh yeah, there's stars.
There's a star. Wait, no, that's a planet. So what is that? How interesting.
That's Jupiter.
Well, we just finished the midnight service at Grace Cathedral, and it was good, as it always is. It always gets me. I think this is the first time we've been here since before Plague, and this is where Thompson was baptized, and it's always meant a great deal to us, especially in very challenging times, which we have had many. But I'm thinking about this in the terms of a broadcaster, in that, you know, we're going to be putting this out well after Christmas. And so this is going to be a Christmas moment that happens after Christmas, but maybe that's okay to have a reminder that there is a time when you can allow people to be better than they're normally allowed to be. And maybe that's the best thing about Christmas, is instead of being the world is, try just once, just a little bit, just a tiny effort to be the world it should be, where everybody's just better, and we have more patience and forgiveness and compassion and all those, yes, Christian, but frequently other people's as well, values. Certainly Christian values. So Merry Christmas, everybody. If I don't get you now, sometime in the future when you watch this, watch it near Christmas. Time is an illusion, man. Merry Christmas.